Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. A lot of people are sounding off here on um, YouTube about in social media about this man. Not sure what his name is. This man met this white woman on is it Plenty of Fish? Or maybe it was a Christian, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a Christian. I believe it he met her on a Christian dating website, Christian Mingle or something like that. That he met her on. And she has 6 children from a previous marriage. She has 6 children from a previous marriage. And I believe he has one child from a previous marriage. I believe that's his child on his daughter on the end, and um he married a white woman that has 6 children, white Caucasian children from a previous marriage. Their father was kind of like a deadbeat, and I guess after the divorce, he didn't want anything to do with his children. Uh, there are white men that are deadbeat fathers. Um, not a more emphasis is put on black men that are deadbeat fathers. And in black or white deadbeat fathers are rarely talked about. If you really stop and think about it, nobody really talks about white deadbeat dads, but there are white deadbeat dads. They're out there, but nobody really talks about it. They're always talking about black deadbeat dads, but a lot of emphasis is put on black deadbeat dads, but um, nobody really talks about white deadbeat dads, and they are out there. They do exist, and I guess after the divorce, um, he didn't want anything to do with the children, and he wasn't in their lives. And she met this black gentleman, and on a Christian website, and they got married, and um, they had 2 more children as in this you see in this picture here. They had 2 more children, and he adopted. They said he adopted uh her 6 boys, I believe, from her previous marriage. I believe he had. So my thought is, the father would have had to sign off. In order for him to do that, the father would have had to sign off on the boys, because you can't adopt um, a child unless the father actually signs it. The biological father has to sign a piece of paper, and sign off, you know, consenting to the adoption. So he must have signed a biological father, biological deadbeat dad, white dad must have signed off, and so he can adopt uh, her children. That's a wonderful thing. I'm always an advocate of children growing up with two in a two-parent home, and of all races, and because they're better off statistically. They're better off, um, particularly, especially black children. They're better off being raised in a two-parent family. A lot of people are sounding off about this situation on social media, YouTube and Facebook. I put my little 2 cents in on, I think it was a Facebook, but I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in here as well. Now go on record as saying that I'm not against interracial relationships. I've said it many times on here. I'm not. I'm not against interracial relationships. I think if two people really love each other, it shouldn't matter um, what race. Two people really love each other, and if they're doing it and they're not fetishizing each other, and they're actually together for the right reasons. If two people really love each other, and they and white and black or whatever, or any other race, then you know they should be together. It's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with interracial relationships because God created us all. Of course, it's a big major issue here in the United States, black and white, because of the history, of the history and the racism, of course, that's still going on in this country, but that's a whole nother video. Um, but what a lot of black women are saying, and what I have the you know what I have said, what a lot of other black women are saying. I'm just telling you what my initial thought was when I seen this situation, and what a lot of black women have been saying in comment sections. And it's a very, very valid and excellent point, is that would he have hooked up with a black woman with 6 children? That's the question that resonates in a lot of black women's mind, including mine. That was the first thought. I'm going to be honest, the first initial thought was when I seen this, I said he wouldn't hook up with us. I bet you he wouldn't hook up with a sister like that. I bet you he wouldn't hook up with a sister with 6 kids, because I'm just being honest, that was my initial thought. And a lot of black women share those same thoughts. And the reason why um, black women are posing this as a question is, um, the reason why is because black men are consistently, they have been very vocal, very vocal. I'm not saying all black men, but a lot of black men, the black manosphere, the red pill, they have been very, very vocal about not dating or marrying single mothers. Black single mothers. They have gone so far as to call a man a simp, another black man a simp, if he does marry. Um, Matter of fact, Boyce Watkins, prime example. Boyce Watkins married his wife. She was a single mother. Lovely woman. Lovely woman. Very, very lovely woman. Um, he married her, and lots of people had a problem with it. Lots of the black manosphere had a problem with Boyce Watkins marrying his wife, because they thought that they went as far as to call him a simp for marrying her because she was a single mother. And he still catches a lot of flack. He still catches a lot of flack from marrying. I can't remember what her name is, but she's a very accomplished black woman. I think she's a psychologist. Um, she has, they both have a lot going for themselves. She's a nice lady, but he gets shamed by a lot of black men, have been called a simp for marrying his wife because she was a single mom. They think that he should not have married a single mom. So when a man and also should have grabbed their pictures. Also, Russell, um, I can't think of his last name. Sierra's husband, the singer. What is his last name? I can't think of his. I'm drawing a blank right now. Um, Sierra's husband, Russell, he has caught a lot of flack for marrying Sierra. Sierra only had one child. She only had one child. And it used to be if a woman had one child, it was no problem. But now, if a black woman has had one child, it was used to be was no problem at all. Black men had no problem hooking up with a sister with one child. Two, you still got a chance. You're pushing it, but you still got a chance. Anything after two, you're gonna have a problem. But now, black men keep moving the bar. They keep moving the bar. When it comes to black women, they keep moving the bar, and now they're saying that they don't want to hook up with single mothers at all. Period. Whether it doesn't matter whether she has one child, two, whatever. They're saying they don't want to hook up with a black single mother. Period. Used to be if a woman had one child, it was no problem. But now they've moved the bar, and they're saying that um, if even if you got one, they don't want to hook up with you. And I'm gonna do another video talking about the bashing of black single moms, and black single mothers are consistently being bashed, um, disrespected. Um, it doesn't matter, and don't say it's because this woman got one father and she was married before, because you have black women out there that have been married before and they may have one father. I know my stepdaughter, I call her my stepdaughter because I call her my daughter because my ex is my ex's daughter. My ex's daughter. So I call her my stepdaughter or my bonus daughter. She has four girls by the same man. She has four daughters by the same man. The same man. Okay. Four daughters by the same man. And so you have a lot of women. There are black women out there that have children, more than one child, by the same man. Not all black women have multiple fathers. Okay. So there are lots of black women that have more than one child by the same man. And also my cousin has um well my cousin um had three children by um a lady. I call her my cousin. And my three cousins, all of them were his children. Of course, they had a set of twins. All of them were God rest my cousin's soul. He's no longer here, but my three cousins, all by the same, you know, they're all the same. She had them all by my cousin. So I know a lots of black women that have more than one child by the same man. So don't say it's because she was married before, and then there's black women that have been married and they had all their children by the same man. So don't say it's because all her children are by the same man. And no, because there's a lot of black women. It's the same situation. Because I personally know black women that have more than one child by the same man. Okay, so not all black women have multiple baby fathers. Okay, it's a stereotype. It's like everything else. So don't say that. You can't say that. But what us black women are having a hard time understanding is why, which I already know is a lot of times it's programming and conditioning. The things that they would not tolerate from black women, they'll go to another race of woman and it'll be totally acceptable. They swear up and down they don't want a black single mother, and it doesn't matter what circumstances. She could have been married before. The father of her children could be deceased. It doesn't matter how she became a single mother. They don't want her. Period. Point blank. But then they'll go to another race. So in a lot of cases, and I'm not saying all cases, but a lot of cases, they'll go to another racial woman uh, and play stepdaddy to another racial woman's kids. So what they won't deal with us, what they won't accept with us, they'll gladly accept with another racial woman. So that's what I don't understand. This is the question that a lot of black women are raising, and a lot of black women do not believe. Now you got some people that say, "Oh, if it was a black woman, then we don't believe. We don't think so. We don't think he would have hooked up with a black woman with 6 children from a previous marriage or relationship." A lot of black women are like, no, because that's not something that you see in the black community. You really, you might see in rare cases, you see black women getting married with 1 or 2 kids. I know a young lady that just got married. She's a single mom. She just got married. She had 2 boys. So yeah, in rare cases it does happen. And she married a black man. And in rare cases it does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but in rare cases it does happen. But how many cases have you seen where a black woman has this many kids, where a black woman has 6 children, and a black man comes along and marries her, and on top of that, adopts her children? How many times do you see that in the black community? Not too often. Matter of fact, I've never seen it. To be perfectly honest, I've never seen it. I've never seen a black man take up with a black woman with that many kids, and then on top of that, adopt her children and give her children his name. I've never personally witnessed that. In most cases in the black community, it's not going to happen. It doesn't happen. And this is the point that a lot of black women are saying is, why aren't sisters worthy of that? How come a sister is not worthy of a husband? Now, there's nothing against this woman here because I don't know her, but why come a black woman is not that has children is not worthy of a husband? Why don't black men think a black woman is worthy of a husband, even though she has children? That doesn't make a black woman any less of a good woman if she has. It's different reasons why black women become single mothers. Sometimes it's a failed relationship. Sometimes it is a failed marriage. Sometimes the father could be deceased. In a lot of cases, the father is deceased because of the unalivings that's going on in the black communities. So that's the case a lot of times. So that's my question. But black men don't seem to care. They don't seem to care why she became a single mother, or they don't seem to care about the circumstances, or she was married, whatever, same father. It doesn't seem to matter. They put us all in the same box, and they deem us unfit for a marriage mate. But then when it come to other races or women, most often than not, when it comes to another race or woman, they all of a sudden find her worthy of a husband, even though she has children from a previous marriage or even a relationship. But a black woman, they don't see her as worthy. And I think a lot of it does have to do with programming and conditioning, because black people, we have been programmed to hate each other. Black men have been programmed to hate black women. I mean, that's a whole nother video. Um, I'm gonna do a video talking about conquering divide, and I'm gonna cover some of that. Um, but yeah, we have definitely been programmed to hold our own. Now you got some black men that won't buy into that. You got some brothers out here that won't buy into it. And I say those are the strongest black men. I say the strongest black men um do not buy into that. They won't buy into that programming and conditioning. Those black men are very strong and they're very strong minded. But you got a lot of black men that do fall into that programming and conditioning, and to because it was the white man that put the white woman up on a pedestal. The white man did that. It was the white man that did that, and so a lot of black men, they buy into that, and they have the mentality that white women are better than black women. That all of a sudden, for what they don't think we're worthy of, they all of a sudden they a white woman can be in that very same situation, and he all of a sudden sees her worthy. And that's what a lot of black women are having an issue with. Why don't black men think that we're worthy of a ring? Why they don't think that we're worthy of? And there's a lot of black men out here that they have children themselves. These aren't just the black men that don't have kids. It's a lot of black men that have children themselves. They might have more than one baby mama. But then they got the audacity and they got the nerve to say that they don't want a black woman with children, or she has more than one father. But they in that situation themselves, you know. So it's this stigma, and it's this degrading, that they're always looking down on black single mothers, and it's swear up and down that they don't want, and they have no desire, absolutely zero desire, to marry a black single mother. But when it comes to another race or woman, they got a whole different set of standards, and they don't deem us worthy, us black single mothers, as worthy of a husband. But all of a sudden, they'll look at a white woman in that same situation, and all of a sudden, she's worthy. They look at me. They'll look at me. I only have two children. I have two fathers, and they'll look at me like I'm trash. You're not worthy of a husband. Then they'll run up on a white woman in the same situation, the same scenario, and all of a sudden now she's deemed worthy of a ring. So this is the issue that black women are having, and we're thinking that um, this brother, 9 times out of 10, would not have hooked up with a black woman with six. How many times have you seen that? I ain't never seen it. To be perfectly honest, I ain't never seen it. I haven't seen a black man hook up with a black woman with 6 kids from a previous marriage or relationship, and on top of that, adopt her children and give her children his name. That might happen with one or two, and that's rare right there. It might happen with one or two, but with six, where we're talking about 6 children here. I don't know about you guys, but I ain't never seen it. And so that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of black women are saying. Why are they worthy of a husband with children from a previous marriage or relationship, but we're not worthy? Like Boyce Watkins' wife, they don't think she's worthy. They don't think that I can't think of her name right now, but they don't think that she's worthy. She was not deserving of a ring because she was a single mother. They call him all kind of call Boyce Watkins all kind of names. They called him simp, and I've read his comments in his comment section, and they be calling him all kind of names and stuff. Simp and all this kind of stuff, saying he's simping and all this kind of stuff. This And even though she's a psychologist, she's not just, she's not ratchet, or she's a pretty upstanding black woman. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's a pretty upstanding black woman, but that doesn't seem to matter with black men. They're still bashing her. They're still looking down on her because she's a single mother. And they don't think that Boyce Watkins should have married her. Same with Sierra. Sierra's a very, very talented young lady. And she only had one child, for Christ's sakes. One child. And I think they're also looking at who she had the child by, because she had the child by Future the rapper. So it wouldn't have, but the thing is this, it wouldn't have mattered who she had the child by. She could have had the child by a rocket scientist, and them black men still would have been talking trash about her. They still would have been talking trash about her because she's a single mother, and they don't think that uh Russell should have married her because she only had one child. But like I said, it used to be, if a black woman had one child, it was no problem. It's no problem for a black woman to see her worthy of marriage. But black men keep moving the bar. And now, even if a black woman has one child, they see that as problematic. Well, she's a single mother. Single mother, black mothers are looked down upon and judged very harshly in our community, and we're not deemed as marriage material. I did a video, the benefits of it was quite a while back. Um, the benefits of marrying a single mother, and I had some guys come in and talk trash. Every time I do a video regarding black single mothers, black men come in the comment section and talk trash. I'm not marrying no single mother, and yeah, they really, really look down on black single mothers. They really, really look down on us. We really get bashed. We really get stigmatized. But then when it comes to the other race, now the manosphere is silent on this situation. They're amazingly silent on this situation. They're amazingly not doesn't have anything to say about this situation. That's because they're okay with it, because she's a white woman. See, where's that same energy with you don't see too many black men speaking out about the situation here. It's mainly black women, because we come on, let's face facts, let's call a thing a thing. We all know a brother would not hook up with a sister that has 6 kids from a previous marriage. Same scenario. Let's say it's the same scenario. A black woman with 6 kids from a previous marriage, all the same father. He wouldn't have given her the time of day. 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't have given her the time of day. But but why is it that this woman is worthy of a ring, and to have a father for her children, a legal father at that, because he adopted the children? And what's the problem with a brother doing that for a sister? What is the problem with a brother coming in and marrying a black woman, and if the child, one or two or more of the children don't have a father, adopt them and give them your name? Oh, God forbid. If he does that, he's a simp, and he's bashed and he's looked down upon. So this is the issue that black women are having. It's the double standard. That's what it is. It's the double standard. What's not acceptable for us and looked down upon and frowned upon and judged and a- all of a sudden now when it comes to the other race, it's totally acceptable and it's perfectly fine. They don't have that same set of standards. And I can bring up many other scenarios too where they got a whole different set of standards and rules for black women, but then when it comes to another race of woman, it's a totally different ball game. They don't have that same standard across the board. They just have that standard for black women, and then for another race of woman, it's a totally, particularly white women, it's a totally different standard. See, why wouldn't a sister with 6 kids from a previous marriage, same scenario, all same father, why wouldn't she be worthy of a husband? Why wouldn't she be worthy of a husband and have her children adopted and be given his? Why wouldn't a sister be worthy of something like that? Especially if she's a decent sister, she's a decent woman, if she's a decent Christian. They met on a Christian website. If she's a decent Christian woman, like this woman was here, I'm assuming, but for some reason the marriage didn't work out and the father walked away. Why wouldn't that sister be worthy? Why wouldn't she be worthy of a husband and a figure for the children? Why wouldn't she be? Why isn't a black woman worthy of that? See? It's that programming and conditioning is what it is. Thinking that other race or woman is better, thinking that she's superior and thinking that she's better and looking down on your own. And it could be a form of self-hatred as well. So that's just a question that a lot of black women, and that's the thing that went through my mind. Like I said initially, when I first seen this situation, I was like, "Yeah, I bet you he wouldn't hook up with a sister like that." and so, yeah, and so that's what a lot of black women. I'm just telling you, that's what a lot of black women are saying in the blogs and stuff. So, sign off in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on this topic, and um black men, don't come in my comment section bashing single mothers. I don't want no bashing of single mothers in my comment section. I don't want no bashing of black women. I do not want um um no hate speech. But somebody came in my comment section on one of my other videos and made a very, very hateful statement towards black women, and I deleted the comments. So if you come in my comment section with hate speech towards black women or bashing black women, bashing black single mothers, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm gonna delete your comment, and I'm not even gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna delete your comment, or bashing me. I'm gonna delete your comment because I'm not for that. I'm not for all that hatefulness and ugliness in my comment section. I don't have a problem with you having an opinion, but do so with respect. You don't have to come in and bash and badmouth black women. I am not going to tolerate it under any circumstances. So I will block you. I will block you. I mean, I'll remove your comment, whatever, you know. Um, Other than that, like I said, you know, just be respectful in your comments. That's all I ask. Okay, and make sure you hit the subscribe, like, and share, and notification bell. And until the next video, be blessed.